today's video, you're going to see me make the DIY pallet coasters. This time around, I used a stain for them. So you're going to see this stain right here. This is Olympic Maximum. As you can see, it has a neutral base and a semi-transparent gloss onto it. So that's basically the only difference between the last vlog I did and this stain update. I'm going to go a little over of the step-by-step process for you. It's basically all popsicle sticks. So the stain really just kind of makes it not look like popsicle sticks. So your first step is to just cut all the edges off of them. You can go as deep as you want depending on how little you want your coasters to be. I wanted mine as big as possible, so I made sure just to cut the exact edges of the circles off. From there, that's the cat's playing. From there, that's when you're going to stain them. You don't want to stain them after you glue, because then wherever the glue is, you're going to see this color underneath it instead of the stain. From there, you stain all of them. That takes a little bit because you just have to stain the front of all of them, the sides, let it dry, flip it, stain it as well. It doesn't take super long. It just depends on how many coasters you're planning on making. With that, I just use a super basic brush for the stain. Make sure you always shake up your stain and stir it. Otherwise, it'll get kind of weird color on you instead of the color that you want. And then from there, all I did was use 3 popsicle sticks as your base, and instead of having them like this, you'll just have them like this. The way I arranged it, I told you I want them as big as possible, so I arranged the width of them with the length of them so they were like this far apart, and that's where I glued from there my 3 bases onto my 2. So there's 2 bottom ones, and then on the 2 bottom ones, you'll do your 1, 2, 3. You'll see just like here on this finished one. As you can see, there's 3 main bases glued to the 2 main bottom bases, and as you can see, you just have these 2 bottom ones. From there, you just glue all of your top layer, which is your main palette look. Each one I did could range from 6 to 7-ish popsicle sticks that I got on top. It just depends on how you want to space them. This one is probably one of my more evenly spaced ones. Some of them I did closer, some of them I did farther, so I think the least amount I had on one was 5 and the most was 7. Like I said, I tried to make them as big as possible. If you end up cutting your sticks shorter, so like instead of the top of it, you go a little bit lower, then you have a smaller coaster. Well, that's about it. It's pretty basic, easy craft, fun to do, and they look cute and adorable, especially with the stain. Now that, you see the cat? No? Okay. The stain looks really great. I love it a lot. I had my boyfriend stipple my co-workers' names on some of them, so that way I gave them as gifts out. That looks really cool. I'll also show you some pictures of that later on.